platform on easy, and we're saying on easy because you can own a home the easy way. You can start if you need credit repair help. We can help people get started with their credit repair help first, and then we can take them all the way to the closing table as far as getting them pre-qualified and getting there. So that's why it's called On Easy. If you have not seen this around, this logo, you'll start seeing a lot more of it if you have not. But On Easy is the name of this platform. And just so that we're not complete strangers, I'll tell you a little bit about me. My name is Michelle Chambers. I'm a real estate broker in Texas. I'm a real estate agent in Alabama. I'm a notary in Texas, and I'm a mortgage loan officer in all 50 states. I love saying that part. And I am formerly an educator. For 30 years, I was in education. So that gives you a little bit about my background. And now I'm kind of taking on the role of educating people about this program through On Easy. I do like to start off by saying that, first of all, we don't guarantee anybody any amounts of money. It depends on how much you're going to put in as to how much you get out, just like anything else you do in life. So if you put in little, you get little. But if you put in a lot, there's a lot of money to be made through this platform. Our mission is 75% home ownership for all. And as I go through the next few slides, that 75% will make a lot more sense as to why that number was picked out. But if you start seeing hashtag 75 for all, that's what that's talking about. Our goal is to have 75% home ownership for everybody that's interested in home ownership. Our goal through this platform is to help 1 million families to become homeowners in the next 5 years. So 1 million, that's a lot of people. That's why we're trying to get a lot of people in place to help us with this mission. And you can see how we plan on doing it at the bottom of the screen by helping them if they need credit help and they need to dispute some things. We have an attorney-guided dispute system. So attorneys are involved in the credit repair legal plan process. We're also trying to get mortgage loan officers. That's why you're here now, to see if this is something you may be interested in helping us with and becoming a mortgage loan officer, an MLO. And then also we want to provide them with down payment assistance and financial education, because we want them to get into a home, and we want them to get into a home responsibly. We don't want them there and not able to stay because everything's not in place. So I always start off with our credit repair program. Gives you a little bit about our credit repair legal plan, because it's not just credit repair. When they sign up, this is what they pay, the $149.90 to get started. And this is what it entails. I love showing this as it populates on the screen. You can see it's not just a credit repair plan, but it is a legal plan. Our legal plan can assist with all of these things that you see that are populating on the screen. And also, since it is attorney guided dispute letters on many occasions, then we do have access to other attorneys, and you can get a 25% discount with another attorney if it's not credit related. So this is an awesome opportunity for people. Here are a few more benefits for this program. Again, you see the attorney guided dispute letters, utility payments, so you can report their utilities to the credit bureau to help them to boost their score. We have score stimulator and tracker, so they can say, if I paid this account down to this amount of money, then what would my score look like at that point? So this is also part of the credit repair part. And as MLOs, we also have access to all of these benefits as well. But this kind of gives you an idea about the credit repair plan that's in place. A lot of people keep it even after their credit is better because of all the extra benefits. So how did this program come about? Our co-founders started looking at racial inequality in the United States as far as home ownership was concerned. And if you look at these numbers here, you'll see home ownership rate by race: 44% Black families own homes, 49% Hispanic families, 60% Asian families, and 73% Caucasian families own homes. And so our co-founders were looking at this, and they was like, okay, that's a huge wealth gap between the 40s and the 70s. We need to do something about that. So they came up with a goal of 75% home ownership rate for everybody. And notice that 73% is the highest over here. So we're trying to even go above that and exceed that as well. So 75% home ownership is what our mission is. But how did that wealth gap come to be so big from the 40 percentiles to the 70 percentiles? One word: redlining. And of course, if you don't know about redlining, you can definitely Google it to find out more about it. But redlining, most of it took place during 1934 to 1968. The federal government had a fantastic idea. We're going to do 30-year mortgages so more people can afford homes. And we're also going to have low interest rates. And that was a great plan. But 98% of the mortgages were given to Caucasian families. Nothing at all wrong with that. The problem was minorities were not able to take advantage of that same thing. And so since minorities were not able to take advantage of it, it was hazardous, meant that minorities live in these areas. We're not doing loans in these areas. So that's what that meant. So our goal is to try to combat that. What can we do? Our plan is to do it by getting mortgage loan officers in place to actually do that. And so we're saying community loan officers because we like to have loan officer in every community if it's possible. We start, and our target is with low and moderate income families. That's who we're targeting. We have standard loans, FHA, VA, USDA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, conventional, and we have jumbo loans. So if somebody's interested in doing a $3 million house, we can definitely do a $3 million project. We're just focusing on the low to moderate income families. And then one of the things I really like about this platform is the manual underwriting. When a loan application comes into the system, it's either automatically accepted or rejected. And when it's rejected, a lot of times loan officers will just say, I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm sorry, sir, we're not going to be able to help you now. Work on your credit, get it better, get back to us, work on your finances, get back to us, and they're through with it. With this platform, if it's rejected, we're going to pull it to the side and see what can be done. Let's get a game plan in place so we can help this family to become homeowners. So that's one of the things I really do like about our platform. Then we also have 203K loans, FHA 203K loans, which are just rehab loans. And then we can do a loan with a credit score as low as 580. But we do try to encourage them to get a higher score so they can get a better interest rate. But if somebody's out there and they're like, you said all I needed was a 580, I want my house and I want it now, then definitely we'll go ahead and help them with that. And then we can help them to refinance later when the rates get lower if they don't want to wait. So what does it look like through this platform as far as being a loan officer and a loan buddy? And if you look at both of these, the light blue is us as a loan officer, the dark blue is a loan buddy. And that's a person that is a seasoned loan officer. They've been in the business at least 10 years or more. And you can just look visually really quickly, you can see that the loan buddy is doing most of the work. I just kind of like that just already even before I explain the rest of it to you. So as a loan officer, what would you do through this platform? You'd be responsible for helping the buyer to complete the loan application. You'll go through training, you'll understand the 9 different parts of the loan application itself. And you'll have a website, so you can just give them a link so they can fill it out. And then when they have a question along the way, of course, you can answer because you would have gone through the training to know about the different parts of the loan application. The second thing that we do is to help them to gather any documents that are needed. So if they need W-2s, bank statements, copy of driver's license, they should be able to upload that themselves. They can upload all those themselves, but sometimes some people are not tech savvy and they can't actually do it themselves, or maybe they keep turning in documents that are not legible. And so we need to make sure that we get them so that we can read them and keep the process moving. And then the third thing we do is to answer questions. And I always tell people, this is usually the one where most people are like, well, how am I going to answer questions if I'm just getting into this field, or if I maybe have been in this field, but not to this extent? Well, you will go through training that you have in your back office, and then we have ongoing training after you complete the mandatory training. And then you have this loan buddy that I just mentioned, a seasoned loan officer. Look, notice that they're doing most of the work. So you can ask them questions, and then you can refer those questions back, get the answers, and let them know about it, your home buyer know about it. So, and then you also have a mortgage loan officer community. We all work together to help each other. So if your concern would be, how am I going to do this? And I've never been in this field before, you're going to have plenty of help. Training videos will be available and ongoing training after that. The seasoned loan officer you'll be partnered with, and you'd have the same loan buddy all the time. So you get to build a relationship with that loan buddy. So that's fantastic as well. And then you have the mortgage loan officer community as well. So we talked about the loan buddy, but then there's also something for realtors here. And if you know realtors, or if you are a realtor, if you're talking about 10 realtors, maybe 2 may know about this. A lot of them still have not realized that this has happened as of December 2022. But the Federal Housing Administration has said that as a realtor, you can be a realtor and you can be a mortgage loan officer, and you can be it on the same transaction, which means you can not only walk away from the closing table with 1 check, but 2 checks as a realtor. And I do give a caveat, you do have to make sure that you check with your broker to see if your broker will allow you to be both of those on the same transaction. Some brokers will, some brokers will not. If the brokers will not, no problem. You're going to be licensed in all 50 states. So there's still 49 other states out there. And then plus, you can also be a mortgage loan officer in your state when you're not a realtor on that transaction. So this is like a win-win situation for realtors. So if you know any realtors, or if you yourself are one, that's some good news there. So as a mortgage loan officer, you'd be able to earn income when you help families to get a home now, when they're ready to refinance and the rates drop, when they want to get a new home, maybe they want to get a bigger one or a smaller home, then at this time you earn commission every time you help them. So again, we're saying the rush is on because we're trying to get 1 million families in homes in the next 5 years. 1 million, that's a lot of families. We're thinking we're going to reach it before 5 years, but we're trying to see how many people we can get in place to help us. And you see this list here, this is not an exhaustive list. These are just some of the people that have already partnered with us in these particular careers that you see here. And we're just looking for anybody that has a passion. You want to make an impact, you want to make an income, and you say, I'd like to do it this way by helping people to become homeowners. And so this is what you see here. Again, this is not an exhaustive list. You may know somebody else that would be interested as well. So let's talk about the money. We talked about the credit repair part of it because we can help people from the beginning if they need credit help all the way to the closing table. We talked about the loan officer and the loan buddy and how you'd have that seasoned loan officer to help you all along the way so you don't have to do it by yourself. So let's talk about what it looks like as far as the money is concerned. What kind of money can you make through this platform? As a loan officer, you would make 1% to 1.4% of the price of the loan. So let's look at that and see what that would look like, and I'll show you some numbers. The first 10 transactions, now remember we mentioned when I showed you the loan officer and the loan buddy slide, the loan buddy is doing most of the work, that's the seasoned loan officer, but we're gonna be getting most of the pay. The first 10 transactions, we get 65%, so you would get 65%, your loan buddy would get 35%. The next 10 transactions, you would get 75% and your loan buddy would get 25%. And then 21 on up, you would get 85% and your loan buddy would get 15%, which is still fantastic. The loan buddy's doing most of the work, but we're getting most of the pay. I don't know what kind of job you can get where that happens. I just know that On Easy is one of those places where that actually happens. And I'm just glad that it does. So let's look at numbers. What would that look like? We said the commission is 1% to 1.4%. So let's say if you did 3 houses, you work with 3 families and you got 3 families in 1 month into a home, that's 100 BPS, which is 100 basis points. It just means 1%. So that's the 1% I mentioned with the commission. You're part of that, not including your loan buddy's part. This is just your part. If you did homes at $250,000, your part would be $4,875 that you would receive that particular month. And of course, that's doing that first 10 transaction times. It's a tongue twister for me this morning. Then the next, you can see on there, the volume goes up as you get more houses. And then of course, as you start doing more transactions, then your percentage changes as well. So you're getting more of that percentage. And there is an opportunity for you to get 100% commission instead of having to share with your loan buddy if you're interested in doing so. Of course, that means you'll be more involved with all of the guidelines, keeping up with all of the guidelines that are there, working with the process, working with the underwriter. So there's a lot more work involved, but you can definitely put that on the table for you if that's something that you'd be interested in doing. This next part that I'm going to show to you is 4 different avenues that we can make money. I always start off by saying, before I get to going on this, is put in the chat, I do not have to build a team, because we do get people saying this must be a pyramid thing. This is a real estate model thing. You have a broker and then you have the real estate agents, but you don't even have to do this part. This is something you do not even have to do. You can just do the mortgage loan officer part. That's all I want to do, Michelle. I just want to help people to get pre-qualified and get a home. So you just have to do that. So I'm going to ask you to humor me and put in the chat, I do not have to build a team. So you can say, Michelle did tell me. And if you, so that you can say, well, I know it's a pyramid. And then if you decide it's not for you, then when you share it with somebody else and they ask you about it, you can say, yo, no, it's not. You don't have to do that part. You don't have to do that part. All you got to do is the mortgage loan officer part. So I'm going to share these 4 different parts with you. The next 5 or 6 slides will have to do with building a team if you choose to do so, which you do not. And I'll be saying that quite a bit throughout this next part because I do want to make sure. Let me see if I saw anybody put, I do not have to build a team. Thank you, Miss. Okay, thank you, Miss Houston. I want to say, is it Tasha? I like the spelling of it. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but thank you, Miss Houston. All right, let's go, guys. So there's an active way to earn money through this platform. Of course, you're getting the home loans done. There's a residual way because you're getting money every month. Like I said, with in life, we get residual bills. We get the phone bill every month. We get the water bill every month. Through this platform, you can get income, residual income that comes in on a regular basis. And then there's opportunity for bonuses and leverage income, which has to do with building a team. Now, let me explain what a team means, first of all, through this platform, because it may mean something completely different than what you're thinking. A team means if you're in this and somebody wants to sign up to get credit repair, they're on your team. Think about this is a mortgage business. Many people that need to get a home or want to get a home need to get their credit fixed first. So that kind of goes hand in hand, right? So if they need credit repair, they're on your team if you sign them up. If somebody sees that, wow, I see Sean is, an MLO now, I want to do that too. Then they decide they want to sign up, then that person's also on your team. So there's 2 ways to get people on your team. And again, you do not have to build a team. You can just say, I just want the MLO part, Michelle, just all that other stuff, I'm not interested in that, and that's perfectly fine. So let's look at it in case for those people out there to say, I do want to build a team. I don't want to leave any money on the table. I want to get every money I can get out of this program. So let's see how this goes. If you decide that you're going to build a team, you start off as an advocate. Everybody starts off as an advocate, whether you're in doing a team model or not. But if you get somebody to sign up for credit repair, you get $45 in your back office immediately after they sign up. $45, that is half of that, $89.95. And of course, the more people that enroll, the more money you make. And then if you are building a team, then whatever your rank is, then you're getting more money when they sign up. For instance, a team advocate, you just have to have 3 people signed up, to be a team advocate, and you're already getting $53 a month. So $53 when they sign up, I should say, $53 when they sign up. So that's one way to do that. Let's look at the residual income. As far as the residual income goes, this is what it would look like. You had somebody signed up for credit repair, and then that next month they paid that $89.95. Now you're getting that residual income. Now you're going to get $14 because they paid that next payment that next month. And every time they make that payment, you get paid as well. And again, it depends on what your rank is as to how much money you would get at that time, and depending on how many people you have enrolled. But again, remember, this is part of the platform. You don't have to do this part. You can decide, I just want to do straight MLO. I just want to help people get pre-qualified and get those home loans. But this is for those that you say, I want it all. I don't want to leave any money on the table. I want to make sure I take advantage of this opportunity. And I mentioned a bonus on the other slide. So this is what the accelerator bonus looks like. When you start off in this program and you decide, I do want to get all the money I can out of this platform, then you get 3 people in the first 3 weeks. You're going to get $135 direct commission, because remember, that's at 45 people times, that's $45, sorry, times 3 people, that's 135. And then because you went fast, you get an extra $150. The company's like, thank you for going fast. Our goal is 1 million families in the next 5 years. You're helping us with that, and we appreciate it. Then in the next 3 weeks, you get another 3 people. You get $159 now because your rank has gone up, because now you're getting $53 per person. And then the company says, you're still going fast, thank you. They give you another $150. And then in the last 4 weeks, you get 4 people. Your rank has gone up, you get $236 direct commission, and now you're getting $200 from the company because they said, thank you for going fast. And actually, these numbers are a little bit higher. For 2024, you actually, instead of $150 where these two are, you get $200. And instead of $200 right here, you get $300. So these numbers have gone up for 2024. I'm just waiting on the updated slides for that. And then, of course, if you're in this and you have people that also start signing people up, then you would also, if you get 3 people signed up, then you're going to make money because you were instrumental in them coming into this platform. And these numbers for 2024 are actually $150. So these numbers have gone up as well. But again, this is not something that you have to do, but it is something that is available to you. The last thing, as far as going through the bonuses and building the team and that type of thing, is the housing incentive. And then I love this part of this program. This is a housing platform. So the co-founders wanted to have some kind of housing incentive in there. And here it is. If you become a director through this platform, you can get a $400 a month housing incentive. You can get all the way up to, of course, you can see $1,500 depending on your rank. So that's not something, again, that you have to do, but it's there and it's available. And I say, take advantage of what's there. Get all you can out of the program. Most people are familiar with this way of becoming a mortgage loan officer. I love talking about this. This is the traditional route. The traditional route is the state route. That's the way you go. You're going through the state. You do have to take the pre-licensing courses. You do have to pass an exam, that SAFE exam. Yes, you do have to pass that. And it's pretty high failure rate. You do have to complete annual renewal and continuing education classes. You have to do that. And then that's just for one state. And if you want to do it, over and over again for each state that you want to be a part of, then you just have to keep doing all that over again, paying that money for the pre-licensing courses, paying that money again for another licensing exam, paying that money for all the annual renewal and continuing education classes. Y'all, that's a lot. And then on this side of the platform with the state rules, a lot of times there's a minimum credit score. So if you don't have a good credit score, you don't even need to sign up for a pre-licensing course, because you need to get your credit right first. So I think that that's pretty interesting. Like, So through this platform, the state route, it's going to be a minimum of $25,000 if you decide you want to try to do all 50 states the state route. Don't know why anybody would try to do that with that type of money when you can go what we're calling the better route. And the better route is basically just a federal program route. You sign up with us, you receive training in your back office, and then we have ongoing training that's available. And then you get 2 background checks, one through the NMLS system, which is a nationwide mortgage licensing system, and then one through Capital Federal Credit Union, who we work for. And then you get your fingerprints done. So if you're kind of thinking, I wonder if this is legitimate, I'm not taking an exam, or we're getting 2 background checks, fingerprints, and you're gonna be working for a federal credit union, this is definitely legitimate. And then you'll be able to originate loans in all 50 states. And then we do have this wonderful no list, no state license and test. There is no test. Right now, I still get people that say, Miss Michelle, I finished the training in my back office, so now I take the test. And I'm like, no, there's no test. There is no test. And I know I see a lot of people on social media, as soon as I post about no test, the first thing they say is it cannot be true. This is true. It's not true if you go to state route, take all the tests you need to take to do what you need to do. You go to federal route, there are no tests. So just so we can be clear on that, if you learn nothing else from this presentation today. So if you decided you want to sign up through our platform to be licensed in all 50 states in 2 to 4 weeks, $249.90. We have a promo code that makes it that right now. On our website, it says $399.90. And we do have a promo code. As long as corporate gives it to us and allows us to use it, it's $249.90. You get an extra $150 off there. So that's nice, $249.90. You do have to pay for the background and the fingerprinting through an NMLS system. And that is right now is $66.25 to do that. So that goes directly to the NMLS system. So that would be the $249.90 that goes to On Easy debt cleanse, and then that would be the $66.25 that goes to the NMLS system. And then there's $89.95 per month. And again, you don't want to do this part, it's totally up to you. But I will still say, I think you're leaving money on the table if you don't, but let's talk about what that $89.95 includes. It includes all the things I mentioned at the beginning with the credit repair part. So we get everything that the credit repair people get, all of that I showed you at the beginning. Plus we get all of this as well. We have access to the legal plan, just like they do. I'm not going to go over all of these because there are a lot of different things on here. I do want to highlight a few things. The title services, you'll be not only a 50 state mortgage loan officer, but you'll be a 50 state title representative as well. Did you hear that? I'm excited about that. It's coming soon. We're getting ready to start doing training for it very soon. And also you'll be able to offer home warranty services very soon too. That's coming very soon. We keep hearing. So that's going to be knocking on the door. And as you on that, you'll be able to get $50 for every home warranty that you get somebody to offer them and they accept it. And on title services, there's 20% commission for that. So you would get 20% commission. You cannot be a title representative and an MLO on the same transaction, but there'll be plenty of opportunities to do one or the other. And then there's no university that's also available. That is an investors course that is MLOs. We get access to after 3 months. You get it for free through this platform. And then there's health insurance. Low to no cost health insurance is available. I have Cigna with this program. I pay nothing a month for my Cigna insurance, and I pay $26.35 for my dental and vision. So it's definitely out there. There are lots of different benefits out here if you're interested in that. And if you say, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do the $89.95, then you can get that waived. So you decide you want to do it, you can get it waived. And that's just by referring and maintaining 5 people, whether they're members, meaning they're in the credit repair part, or whether they decide they want to become a mortgage loan officer like you, then as long as you have 5 people in there, you can waive this $89.95. You do not have to pay it. But again, remember, you don't have to do this part. You can just do straight MLO if that's what you're interested in doing. That is an option. And so I know that is a lot of information. It's kind of like drinking water from a fire hose, but I just wanted to share those things with you so that you would know that this platform is out there. And then if maybe you say, I'm not interested in it for myself, but maybe I know somebody, then that's fine too. Whoever may have invited you to this webinar, I'm asking that you would get back with them if you have some questions about it. If you want to say, I'm ready to sign up. I heard enough about it. I'm ready to sign up and I'm ready to get going. Then get back with whoever invited you. We'll be glad to get you onboarded and get you on with us so you can help us reach our goal of 1 million families in the next 5 years. We're excited about it and we hope that you're excited about it. And I just want to say thank you for taking out your time, because I realize you're taking out 25 minutes with me and you can't get that 25 minutes of your life back. So I'm grateful that you've taken out time to hear about this platform. And if you're interested, get back with whoever invited you. We'll be glad to get you onboarded or answer any questions that you have. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. And I look forward to hearing from you one way or another, questions or signing up. Take care.